Dallas Cowboys fans, what's going on? What's going on? It's been a day, I believe. Yesterday for the Dallas Cowboys was just a walkthrough, so there was not much to really talk about. Of course, like I said, this is another continuation of training camp, which is still in the process, getting closer and closer to that first preseason game. But first, as always, I want you guys to go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and share, go ahead and like, go ahead and comment. You guys are amazing. I appreciate all the support. We're going to keep growing. We're going to have some big things coming up soon to announce shortly around here. So I appreciate you guys for all the support. Again, yesterday was just a walkthrough for the Dallas Cowboys. So that means pretty much light work, light practice, light activity, things like that, just keeping guys healthy. Another day to pretty much just take it easy. Look for every window opportunity you can to keep these guys off the field and out of harm's way. But of course, today things got picked up a little bit more. But of course, as everyone knows at this point, what's been going on the last couple of days from sports media, national media, of course, most of the guys, they don't know what they're talking about when it comes to this team, the Dallas Cowboys. But the Dallas Cowboys are always going to be a topic of conversation. So, of course, we know the altercation, if you even want to call it that, in quotations, between Dak Prescott, Trayvon Diggs, it was not even really an altercation, in my opinion. Looks like high intensity practice. Guys, everyone wants to make the play. Everybody wants to show that they are that man, especially when we're talking about, you're looking at Dak Prescott looking to have a big year going into his 8th season. We're talking about Trayvon Diggs now. He's going into his 4th season going in the NFL. So Trayvon Diggs, he has pretty much just got his money. He got his big contract. You already know, 2-time Pro Bowler, all pro cornerback level. So he, of course, makes a play, and what does he do? He lets Dak hear it. Now, everyone tries to go into a little conversation about what exactly was said. To me, again, I said worse. I don't know how many people are with their friends. I usually say worse to my closest friends than I do anybody else, just like that. And of course, that becomes a conversation. We're talking about national media again. We already know the Dallas Cowboys do not need to give them any reason to talk, but of course we will regardless, because everything for some reason is a topic of conversation. So of course that Trayvon Diggs pretty much squashes that, of course, over the last day or so, saying he pretty much has nothing but respect for Dak Prescott. He's going to go out there and lead this team. Dak is his brother. Everyone needs to mind their business, which I fully agree. That, to me, again, it's silly conversation. We already see who's keeping track of. Once you go around social media and you see Dak Prescott has his interceptions being tracked, that lets you know how silly all this stuff is. So that's really nothing to talk about. I'm glad that's squashed. That's out of the blue. We're not have to worry about any seriousness, of course, because it never was an issue. Still on Zach Martin watch. We're expecting hopefully to get him back way sooner than later. Of course, we're getting closer and closer to the first regular season game. So you want these guys fighting, just firing on all cylinders. You want that offensive line unit to be top notch and on point. So what we're gonna look for, of course, is to just see some of these guys, because again, we have been able to see what a Tyron Smith has been able to do. Tyler Smith, your Tyler Steele, Tyler Biotish, who's been in there. Josh Ball, I believe, has been in there a little bit at guard. Let's Go, I think, has gotten some in place of Zach Martin, but we need that monster back as soon as possible. A couple of days ago, offense was pretty much the ones that were hitting all the spots. Defense, of course, was making plays. Like I said a couple of days ago, it's just been high intensity pretty much this entire training camp so far, because this defense is so skilled, it's so deep. We have playmakers all over the field when it comes to the defensive side of the ball. Of course, we have the same thing on offense. So today, the defense is pretty much firing on all cylinders. There are multiple plays being made. Trayvon Diggs making plays. Stephon Gilmore. Of course, Micah Parsons still firing out there. He looks dangerous. I can see honestly, I can see this being the year that Micah Parsons finally gets that Defensive Player of the Year. Because again, it's kind of been eluding him a little bit towards the end of the seasons, the last couple years, for whatever reason. But I feel like Micah Parsons is firing on all cylinders. He looks bigger. He looks faster. He looks stronger. That's the number one guy that's going to be your leader for that defense, of course, going forward, because you do know you have guys like with vocal leaders, of course, like a J-Ron Curse. You do know you have some guys in there that are going to kind of get themselves in the mix, because you know what DeMarcus Lawrence brings to this team, that veteran leadership still. Micah Parsons has been all over the place. Like I said, defense firing all over the place. What I've been able to see is plays being made by Nashawn Wright. We're still talking about Eric Scott Jr. getting some run in there. These are big moments for young guys, and you want to keep seeing them develop and grow. So far in training camp, I'm so excited about this kid, only because I feel like to me, I'm going to look at him. I can see him being a vital contributor to the red zone if he's able to get some plays. We're talking about injuries happen. We're talking about sometimes coaches want to get a chance to get another look at a guy. I'm talking about Jalen Brooks, a 7th-round receiver out of South Carolina. He's been making plays all over the field, in addition to guys like Deuce Vaughn. But Jalen Brooks, to me, again, because a lot of people had not really spoken his name coming into this training camp, because you're thinking, of course, maybe he just might be a camp body, a guy that might be fighting for a practice squad spot. But I can see this kid, especially depending on if we decide to keep a 6th receiver or something like that. I can see a Jalen Brooks being used on special teams, being used in the wide receiver group. Like I said, maybe a red zone threat, something like that. But this kid has been making some plays, and I'm excited for him, and I'm excited for what he could possibly contribute to this team in the upcoming season. When it comes to figuring out what this team is, of course, it's still a work in progress, but there have been some great signs being seen of Quinn, because at some point, it's honestly funny when you think about a head coach. What exactly are you more excited about? You want to see your offense make plays? You want to see your defense make plays? I can say it's pretty much been very balanced, which to me, that's given a good outlook going into the season, because you see the intensity. Both sides are playing with some urgency. Both sides are playing with some seriousness, because, again, we do know, especially being the Dallas Cowboys, this has already been going around, but most of these guys on this team believe that we do have the potential to be a Super Bowl contender this season. And I'm hoping that we can just keep everybody healthy, keep everybody's minds and heads straight, keep everybody out of trouble, especially. You never know, these weird things happen once these guys get away from the team. But at this point, I think everyone's focused. I think everyone's excited for the journey that's to come. And I think so, as a fan base, we also should be. So before we get we get to the videos and seeing what's been going on around at camp, I want you guys, again, like I said, I appreciate the support. So go ahead and go ahead and subscribe, share, comment, anything down below, just your thoughts on the franchise, the direction that we're heading going into the regular season, and also just what you've seen so far from the team in training camp. There's been a lot of exciting things, like I said, older veterans, young guys coming in trying to make a name for themselves. There's a lot to talk about, and we will continue to do that. I appreciate you guys' support. You guys keep going ahead and being great. Enjoy the rest of your day. And don't forget, there will be a video at the end of this to show some of these plays from the day. Enjoy your day. Go Cowboys.
Come on, you take it too long. Come on. Here we go. Get it.
Someone got pancakes. Oh, he got oh, he's going. Who is that? What?
zone. Get in the end zone.